Yes, that famous line that chokes on us. Yes, all about the New York Yankees and one of the worst postseason collapses in baseball history. A 3-0 series lead, which seemed to be safe as houses, and the 2004 New York Yankees ended up blowing it, and the Bo Sox ended up winning the World Series. Strange as it sounds, the 2004 Red Sox won their 3-game LDS against the Angels, and then lost 3 straight against the Yankees, and then won not only 4 straight against the Yankees to get to the World Series, they swept the St. Louis Cardinals. Are you kidding me? Kind of strange. Boston had a 3-game winning streak, a 3-game losing streak, and then an 8-game winning streak to get the World Series. But enough about that. The New York Yankees is one of the most hated franchises in baseball, on par with the Patriots in football, the Lakers in basketball, and the Bruins in hockey. But anyway, I digress. The New York Yankees started out life in the major leagues in 1901 as the Baltimore Orioles. I kid you not. They used to be in Baltimore, and then they moved to the New York in 1903. So New York did not have an American League team for 2 years. Amazing. So anyway, in 1903, they moved to Hilltopper Stadium, or Hightopper Stadium, whatever you want to call it, the Highlander Stadium. And they were the New York Highlanders, and then they actually moved into the Polo Grounds with the New York Giants. But the Giants didn't like sharing revenue, so basically they kicked the Yankees out. And in 1923, they moved into a nice palace of a stadium that was christened by Babe Ruth's 3-run home run in the first game of the 1923 season. The New York Yankees proved to be the evil empire, most of Babe Ruth, as the Yankees would win title after title after freaking title. They've won 27 titles. They are the all-time leader of titles by the four bigger major sports. Montreal has 24, by the way. That's the next closest. However, it is. The Yankees always pumped out legends. They pumped out great catchers like Yogi Berra, Jorge Posada, Bill Dickey, Elston Howard. And at first base, Don Mattingly, Lou Gehrig, Wally Pipp to a lesser extent, Jason Giambi maybe. Second base has been their weakest position, but they've had like Bobby Richardson, Willie Randolph, Alfonso Soriano. Yeah, he was a Yankee. Third baseman like Chris Chambliss, Alex Rodriguez, and a few other people. Shortstops like Derek Jeter, Phil Rizzuto, Frankie Crosetti, Bucky Dent, Bobby Mercer, and legendary outfielders Joe DiMaggio, Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, to name a few. And great pitchers like Whitey Ford, Andy Pettit, Red Ruffing, CC Sabathia. Yeah, and great closers like Goose Gossage, Dave Righetti, and Mo Rivera. They're one of the most starstruck teams ever. The Yankees won a lot of World Series. They haven't won one in 10 years, but I mean, you can't deny it. That the Yankees are one of the most powerful teams of all time. Practically, they had a few five-peats. One of their best stretches in history was from 1949 to 1953 when they won all 5 of those World Series. In 48, they lost out to the Cleveland Indians, and and the Red Sox, and in 1954 they lost to the Cleveland Indians. So Cleveland, strangely enough, bookended that 5-peat by being in the World Series, not winning them, but being in them. The Yankees have actually had a few downturns. Heck, they didn't really become much of a big name team until they got Babe Ruth in 1920. 1910s were not that good for them. They actually had a lean period from the late 60s to the early 70s, to the mid 70s, especially 66 when they had, what was it, about 500 fans on the final day, and Mel Allen and Red Barber got their asses fired from Yankees broadcast because they panned the stands. It wasn't until Chris Chambliss's big home run in 1976 that helped New York become a power again, and signing Reggie Jackson in 1977 helped too. The Yankees were decent in the 70s and 80s, but after the 81 World Series kibosh to the Dodgers. They fell into a dark period. 15 years later, they finally got out of the wilderness in 1996. It could have been much earlier in 95, but they choked that 2-0 LDS lead to the 95 Mariners. So, yeah. Yankees winning the World Series in 96, 98, 99, 2000. Should have won in 2001, but the Diamondbacks were just that good. 2003, they shockingly lost to the Marlins. I was pissed off about that. And they've won a few after that. The 2004 Yankees, as I said, should have put their foot on the pedal and won this thing. So anyway, obviously, because this was an LCS choke, the 2004 Yankees somehow make the World Series and will take on the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cardinals are not a pushover with 103 wins. So let's see if the Yankees could do to the Cardinals what the Bull Sox could do to the Cardinals and win the series. Okay, so the Yankees at 101 wins take on the 105 win Cardinals. I didn't know they were that good. 105 wins. Just a heads up why the Yankees are the home team in the World Series. It's because the All-Star game for many years had it that whoever won the series, AL or NL, got to have home field advantage for the World Series. Basically, the AL used it as an excuse to obviously win. So the New York Yankees, this is what their lineup pretty much looks like, and so what are the Cardinals. Woody Williams started Game 1 of the World Series in real life, so he's the starter. Mike Mussina for the Yankees. Mussina has not pitched the World Series game, I don't think. So anyway, the Yankees proved their worth winning the game. Larry Walker, the big pickup from Colorado for the Cardinals, scored a run, scored Tony Womack. Tony Womack? Really? At 1-0, things looked good for the Cardinals until Derek Jeter in the bottom of the fourth hit a home run to right field. And then Jorge Posada, I mentioned him, 2-run home run. Right center, 3-1. Gary Sheffield with an RBI double scored A-Rod, and Bernie scored a single to score Sheffield. And Sheffield in pinstripes. I didn't like that. Edgar Renteria with an RBI single, and Tony Womack with an RBI single made it 5-3, which was fine. Oh, by the way, Yadi Molina's DH because I couldn't find a good DH for the Cardinals in this thing. Jorge Posada did get a sac fly, and that was the last run. Womack, Renteria, and Walker for RBIs. Woody Williams, the former Blue Jay, with only 6 innings of work. Steve Klein and Julian Tavares came through. The Yankees, Jeter, Sheffield, Posada with 3, Williams with an RBI. Wazina with 6 innings. Then Gordon, then former Blue Jay Paul Contrail, and Mo Rivera doing what he does best. So Game 2 brought Kevin Brown up. The Cardinals countered with Matt Morris. And unfortunately for the Yankees, they lose this game. Jim Edmonds does get a fielder's choice for an RBI. A-Rod with a home run in the bottom of the first. Larry Walker, the Canadian, with a 2-run home run to score him and Walker. Made it 3-1 for the Cardinals. John Olerud, the Yankees had a few injuries, so John Olerud got to play for the Yankees and hit a home run, making it 3-2 former Blue Jay Yanks. But in the ninth, things fell apart. Runners on the corners, Reggie Sanders from an RBI single scored Edmonds. They make a pitching change. Mike Maffini, 2 RBI double. And that made 6-2, and the Yankees couldn't do anything else after that. For the Cardinals, Walker with a home run, Walker with 2 RBIs, Edmonds, Sanders, Maffini, Morris with the win. Klein and Tavares came in. Yankees, nothing much except for A-Rod and Olerud's efforts. Kevin Brown, 5 innings of losing ball. Gordon, Contrail, Prince, and Proctor. That's a mouthful. So the Cardinals, in real life, used Jason Markey for Game 3. The Yankees went with Javi Vasquez. Just for the heck of it. And unfortunately for the Yankees, they lose the game 5-3. A-Rod with an RBI triple to score Kenny Lofton, of all people. Then Larry Walker, another home run. Gee, this Larry Walker guy looks good. Javi Vasquez with an RBI ground out. Make it 2-1. Larry Walker with an RBI double score Renteria. Edgar Renteria makes a bad throw to try to stop the run. Posada scored, made it 3-2. Womack with an RBI single, 3-3 in the 7th. Yankees had a runner on second and failed, and that cost them dearly. Reggie Sanders RBI ground out, and Renteria with an RBI single scored really. 5-3 Yankees. Vasquez 5 innings. He didn't get the loss. Then it was Gordon Quantrill Prince who did get the loss. Proctor and Tanyan Sturts. The Cardinals, Walker with the win. with the home run. Womack, all that. Marquis, 6 innings, didn't get the win. Klein, Tavares, Calero, and then Kel Eldred. Remember him? He threw one pitch and he got the win. Israel's in the save. So the Cardinals are up 2-1. Jeff Supan pitched game 4 against Orlando Hernandez. They couldn't trust a few other people. And it was a boring, yet satisfying 1-0 game. Yankees had a runner second in the first inning, but Sheffield grounded out to end the inning. And then in the third, Derek Jeter RBI double score Kenny Lofton. Cardinals had runners on first and second in the third, but Pujols lined out. Not much for them. They had a runner on second, but Rowland and Sanders grounded out respectively. Cardinals had a runner on second, but Renteria, Mabry, and Womack all failed to capitalize. And that's it. 7-6 were the hits for the Yankees. The only one with multiple hits was Derek Jeter, who got the RBI. The old dog, Orlando Hernandez, pitched 5 innings and then gave it to Gordon, Quantrill, and Rivera. The Cardinals, 2 hits by Tony, Womack, and Maffini. Not enough. Supan for 7 innings with lost. Klein and Tavares. So the Cardinals had to obviously go with a 5-man rotation. Chris Carpenter. They couldn't trust Woody Williams. But Messina will pitch game 5 for the Yankees. You can't trust these guys. And it was a smart move to put Carpenter in. 10-1 Cardinals. When back-to-back bases loaded walks. Well, Womack got a single. Then Walker walked. Pujols walked. Emmons walked. Rowland walks. Sanders walked. 5 walks in 1 inning. God. With the 1 hit. Derek Jeter hit a home run in the 4th inning. But Scott Rowland with very single score. Pujols make it 4-1. And then in the 6th, the bats hit the fan. Womack tripled, scored Renteria. Emmons with a single score. Womack. Scott Rowland with very scored Rowland 7-1. And then in the bottom of the 8th, Pujols with an RBI single score. Womack. Scott Rowland beats out a double play ball, and Reggie Sanders with an RBI. 10-1. Only 6 hits for the Yankees. John Ruder, the only one with multiple hits. Of course, this is the 2-3-2 format, so Game 5 was in St. Louis. Lucino went 5 innings and snuck it up. Gordon and Halsey struggled too. 4 RBIs by Scott Rowland, 2 by Sanders. Great job there. Chris Carpenter did pretty well. Heron and Eldred came through. So now the series heads back to New York. And I'm trying to remember. I think Kevin Brown started game 2, so he'll start game 6. Matt Morris starts game number 6 for the Cardinals. Well, here we go. Cardinals trying hard to do something here against the Yankees. They're trying to do a flight going to 3 straight World Series with a loss. Here's a 2-1 to Pujols. Pujols base hit. That scores Womack. He's a speedster. 1-0. Here comes Edmonds. RBI double. He's got Pujols. 2-0. John Mabry. 2-1. That will drop down for a double. Here comes Edmonds. Here comes Rowland. They scored. They used John Mabry for DH and it working. 4-0. Sanders single. Here comes Mabry. 5-0. Alex Rodriguez crushes one. Deep left back. Say goodbye. That one. 5-1. Matsui base hit. Here comes Jeter. 5-2. Freddie Williams. Oh, that's a walk. A-Rod scores 5-3. The score. Bottom of the 7th. Matsui 2-1. Ground ball. They can't get the guy, and A-Rod scores 5-4. Oh my gosh, the Yankees might actually do this. Here comes Edmonds. Ground ball, double play. He got the double play, but Walker scores 6-4. I don't know why the Yankees didn't try to go for the plate. And now, a 2-2 from Israelson. Swing and a miss out of the zone. A-Rod strikes out. The Cardinals are your 2004 World Series champions. The Yankees. Can't believe it. 3 straight World Series appearances with a loss. Yikes. So the Cardinals do their job. Pujols with an RBI. Emmons with an RBI. John Mabry with 2. Reggie Sanders with 1. Matt Morris, 5 innings for the win. Klein, Tavares, Calero, and Israelson did well. I believe the Yankees. A-Rod hit a home run. Matsui 2 RBIs. Birdie with Kevin Brown, 5 innings. Sucked Gordon, Quantrill, Prince. So man, oh man, can you believe it? The New York Yankees don't actually do well. World Series. That would have been huge, losing 3 straight World Series titles. But it didn't happen.